Choke, no joke, no joke. You know what it is.
Hey, son.
Hi, when are you coming home?
Mommy's not coming home.
Why?
Goodbye.
Where are you? Where are you?
Mommy's not coming home.
Why?
Tell Daddy I'm not coming home.
Why?
Goodbye. Bye. What I'm supposed to do? Tell this 10-year-old boy I'm getting some new dick or something?
Check. Yeah. Choke, no joke. Know what it is. This go out to the desperate housewives in New York, Atlanta, Texas, California, Miami, Mississippi. I never thought in my life, not me, I fall for another man's wife. Oh God, I know that it sound trite. I'm caught up with a desperate housewife. Yeah. I never thought in my life, not me, I fall for another man's wife. Oh God, I know that it sound trite. I'm caught up with a desperate housewife. It was quick how it happened. We was just chatting, had a lot in common. I kept her laughing, the department in which a man was lacking. He was the king of the ship. Somehow I became captain. My swag on platinum, all my goldie just smacking. Then phone sex had happened. Things went left. I common interest in sex, something like Little Kim and Hugh Hef. We knew if we met, it would be electric. Then the day came and we met. It was beyond my dream, a dream so sweet it made me scream. It was like a dream, knew why he made a queen. I wanted to find Marty McFly and use that time machine. Run up in the church, create a scene. Object to that wedding and give her my ring like I never thought in my life, not me, I fall for another man's wife. Oh God, I know that it sound trite. I'm caught up with a desperate housewife. Yeah. I never thought in my life, not me, I fall for another man's wife. Oh God, I know that it sound trite. I'm caught up with a desperate housewife. I fell harder than a mother, my number one lover. Yo, under them covers was like no other. Had everything in common. I used to love her until he bugged her. Bitch motherfucker, device in the whip, had to call it quits. Hit us like a brick, we both sick. Now she got dilemma, like Kelly the kids. I'm calm, wish I never met the chick. Missing her seafood and our trips. Sex in the soul house, we did that shit. Sexing on the tent, we risked that shit. We both freaky as fuck, I miss my chick. Well, never mind, there to take him off of mine. Kindred spirits, just the wrong time. Get divorced, you can hit my line. Until I repent, it's next lifetime. Like, I never thought in my life, not me, I fall for another man's wife. Oh God, I know that it sound trite. I'm caught up with a desperate housewife. Yeah. I never thought in my life, not me, I fall for another man's wife. Oh God, I know that it sound trite. I'm caught up with a desperate housewife. Check it out. Choke, no joke. Learn from mistakes. DJ S&S the great. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. Best day of my life, no sleep all night. Broke day for weeks, my cash was right. My capo tight, take our loot, unite. 23-hour shifts had us elude like Mike. Cash, lovely, yeah, Dougie. How could this day get so ugly? Wifey bout to pop like some bubbly. Yo, through those 9 months, don't really bug me. Felt like a star, cop first car. Get up with the guard, what it is, baby paw. He about to cop a van, get up with our mans. Before we reached our low spot, toes blam. Unaware what happened, discussing the clapping. It wasn't loud, ain't shit gon' happen. Me being stupid instead of getting they moving. This nigga kept chefing like the woo one. Then we heard a knock, no one knew of this spot. 6 niggas in the spot, 6 niggas knock. Ain't no telling you be a first time felon. No telling when you be a first time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first time felon. No telling when you be a first time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first time felon. No telling when you be a first time felon. I'm in the precinct all damn even. This good cop, bad cop shit got me steaming. No, I was caught, I ain't give a fuck. Had jokes like the usual suspects line up. Boom, time's up, came back fuck. Shirt wrinkled up, my pigs roughed me up. Time's up, heard them clink of the cuffs. Niggas was so deep they had to call on the bus. Everybody that checks outside waiting on us like ghetto celebs. Our cells ain't plush. 5 in the book and gave a whooping. He never forget, they gotta be split. Up in the courtroom, they cause it ruckus. Everybody that checks waiting on us. Try to bail us out, that thought got thrown out. Bail one so high, I couldn't bail half a nigga out. Copped out, that's what first fell in the bow. Back on the bus, Rikers the row. Wifey in the courtroom crying out. We love y'all with tears running in their mouth. It ain't no telling you be a first time felon. No telling when you be a first time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first time felon. No telling when you be a first time felon. Choke, no joke. Learn from mistakes. Keep chasing that paper, you gonna catch a case. Shout out to DJ SNS the Great. Choke, no joke, you already know. I ain't gonna hold you, we gonna get into it, all right? Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, common news reporting, scholarships, and research, and teaching. Fair use is the use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. And I will be using this under fair use. Choke, no joke. You already know.
I'm happy to switch the thing, please.
No, I don't think we need you for one case.
All right.
Then the record that Mr. Davis is present and in custody. Mr. Davis does not have an attorney, Mr. Bilal and Mr. Jocko are here on behalf of the state. Mr. Davis, have you been able to retain the services of counsel?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm gonna need to appoint an attorney to represent you today. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so based upon, it's my understanding the public defender's office is not.
Your Honor, may I approach on that?
Yes.
Thank you.
The CPAP machine that has helped millions of people with sleep apnea is now available at a new low price. Get the restful sleep you deserve. For nearly a decade, the AirSense 10 has been the best-selling and most reliable machine on the market.
Mr. Royal and Mr. Campbell, it's my understanding you guys are able to confirm as counsel today?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, have you had a moment to speak with Mr. Davis about an agreement?
We did, Your Honor, this morning.
Okay, are you prepared to go forward with the agreement?
Yes, today, Mr.
Okay,
Davis.
before we get to that, we have one thing. Are you guys taking this to death review?
Your Honor.
And, okay, the state is not seeking going to death review on this, so are you prepared?
Yes.
Okay?
Excuse me,
Yes, Mr.
what does
Davis.
that mean?
Okay, I'm asking, in every murder case where this, in every first degree murder case, I have to ask the state if they are going to commit to a committee to try to seek the death penalty. I just asked them that and they said no.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay, so in light of that, Mr. Davis, sir, what is your full name?
Dwayne Q. Davis,
How old are you?
60.
How far did you go to school?
I did like a year ago.
Okay, I'm sorry, what was the last thing, sir?
UCLA?
Do you read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, are you currently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcoholic beverages at this time?
No, ma'am.
Do you understand the proceedings that are happening here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, are you familiar with the one charge that you're facing?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand that charge?
Yes, ma'am.
As to that charge, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Sir, you have the right to have a jury trial set within 60 days. Would you like to invoke or waive that right?
Go ahead.
Okay? This case is going to be assigned to Department 2. This case is gonna have a status check trial setting in Department 2. That date is?
November 7th, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I plan on, get Mr. Goodman back on board as my attorney.
Okay, sir, if you choose to do that at any time, Mr. Goodman knows how to substitute in, and that can be done at any time. But for today's purposes, to get this case moving, the special public defender will be appointed to represent you. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Lopez, you ready? Did you have anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Mr. Owens, are you ready?
I am.
Okay. Okay, so here we are.
Larry Brown, page 13 of.
Now, for those who was out here hating on Keefe D, saying that, oh, he can't afford a private attorney, you know, the guys over there, they're just trying to line him up. They was making fun of him, saying that he can't afford the Goodman, the private attorney, but Goodman was there. He still showed up today, right? So all it is basically is that Keefe D just got, whoever's helping Keefe D with his legal fee, they just got to get the money together and get it to the lawyer to pay for the retainer for the Goodman to come step in and help. But as you can see, Keefe D put it on record that Goodman was going to join his legal team. You know what I'm saying? And as you heard the judge, she said, that's fine. Anytime he's ready, he can jump in anytime he wants. He could jump in. Outside of that, they not seeking the death penalty for him. And outside of that, I think he go back to court next week to get a trial date. So let's go listen and see what the prosecutor had to say after that hearing.
Statement. If there's a couple of questions, I'll take a couple of questions. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so today was pretty much just a formality. It was making sure that Mr. Davis had a lawyer. The case was continued a couple of times because there was an initial thought that he was going to hire a private lawyer, but that didn't work out. So the Office of the Special Public Defender was appointed, and he entered a not guilty plea. And this matter will get a trial date when it's set in front of the actual trial judge, which is in a couple of days. He did waive his right to a speedy trial, so I expect the trial date will be set sometime next year, and that's good. I think everybody wants this case to proceed through the criminal justice system. The prosecution certainly, and certainly Mr. Davis will have his opportunity to present whatever evidence he wishes to. And that's the way the criminal justice cases proceed through the criminal justice system.
Mr. District Attorney, we've heard the newly appointed defense.
I really don't know how I feel about this prosecutor. So far, he doesn't rub me the wrong way, like as if I feel like he going to straight railroad him. Not that he alone has the power to do that, but he I don't know. I just don't get creep vibes. I don't get the normal we're gonna take him down. Like he's optimistic that this is going to be a tough case, and he knows it. You know what I'm saying? He knows it, in my opinion.
Speak for Mr. Davis, say there would be no death penalty in this case. That's a decision you make, isn't it?
It is a decision, and this is a case that I and the committee discuss, and we determined that this was not the kind of case that should proceed with the seeking of the death penalty.
Will you share with us what the thinking is on that?
The thinking is that every case is unique, and this is a case where we didn't feel it was appropriate to seek the death penalty.
There was comments from attorney speaking for Mr. Davis last time, spoke about weaknesses in the prosecution case.
Mm-hmm.
In particular, no car, no gun, no witnesses from 27 years ago. Do you want to respond to that?
You know, there's always two perspectives in every single case. There's the perspective from the prosecution and there's the perspective from the defense. That's why we have a criminal justice system. That's why we have jury trials, so that both sides can present their sides of the story. That's why we have a jury system, and a jury will decide the ultimate outcome.
Have you spoken with your team about how this could potentially look at with the trial, with using his statements against him?
Well, of course, I discussed with my team all aspects of the case, the strengths and weaknesses, the types of evidence. So of course I've spoken with them.
What does that look like right now?
You know, I'm not going to get into the minutia of the evidence right now. It's been discussed in the media. Everybody knows that Mr. Davis has made certain statements over the last few years in different forms. That is part of the presentation by the prosecution. But again, Mr. Davis has his right to his day in court. We look forward to that day in court. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
So, as you can see, they really not saying, yo, we got some real good evidence. We got some evidence that people don't know about. Their evidence is Keefe D and himself. Him going on these different platforms is their evidence. Him getting up there lying about this goddamn story that he can't remember whenever he on these different platforms. He's never telling the same story twice. And wrote a book. So this is going to be an interesting trial. We know now it is on. It is on. He did not take a plea. He's going to trial. So let's gear up and get ready. Because what's going to happen is they're going to realize this dude was lying. Then they're going to be like, we got to find the real killer. And then that's when the superseding indictment is going to come, and they're going to grab your boy Reggie, because he is up here sitting there putting himself on trial. This stupid ass. This stupid ass goddamn idiot is on his channel putting himself on trial. I've never seen a like, we thought Keefe D was stupid, right? This dude is taking Keefe D to a whole nother level. This dude, Reggie, is sitting there putting himself on trial in real life on his own platform. He got Bootleg J sitting here cross-examining him, playing prosecutor and defense, and this nigga's putting himself on trial on YouTube about his conspiracy for him to be involved in the Tupac murder. This nigga is stupid. We're gonna lose the Keefe D himself. It's gonna be the Reggie Wong Woonier Lil Bird asshole tells on this, indicts himself. Watch. This dude is really on YouTube putting himself on trial and cross-examining himself. So, Reggie, they saying on YouTube about the walkie-talkies. You know, I know that's bullshit, but you want to address that? Well, I know I talked about this before. And you know, it was a tree over there in the back of my house that was growing green apples. You know, the squirrels would come around every now and then and eat the apples. And even though I don't like apples, you know, I would try to shoot the squirrels, you know, but no crime against animals, you know. So I just watched the apples get ate by the squirrels. Yeah, but to all you bum first listeners, you know, I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all like apples too. Bum first, right? But you know, they say, you know, I said that, you know, Frank said I said that, but you know, that was convenient for him to say that, you know. But in his book, forget what he said when he was alive, when he was dead. I'm gonna spin this because in his book, he said, so I could spin it because he ain't alive to correct his lie that I'm telling y'all, you know. So yeah, that's what happened, you know. So I know what I said before, but I'm saying today, and make Bootleg J, make sure you take that down. Take the other one down. Yeah, we watching y'all delete videos off of YouTube. But you know what? We all got them already. Everything you say, we got them. You should see all the joints I got. Oh, all the fucking lies. Just keep telling them. I'm going to wait for you to finish your Tupac conspiracy. Please finish it. You need some more stuff to address? Because I'm going to let you finish.
I'm going to let you finish. I love the first 3 episodes. All contradictory. Who is the DA in this case? Let me look up the grand jury real quick because I need to talk to this DA in this case because they got to know they're being played. What is this DA name in this case that he went and snitched to? What's that DA he snitched to? Anybody know the DA name? In Keefe D's case? And we were just looking at his ass too. Damn, where is it? I don't know this DA's name, man. But this DA in this Keefe D case, like, I don't know who you are, but you they spinning you, baby. Boy, you're spinning you. You gotta wake up. You gotta understand you got Kaze Soze. You got Kaze Soze in there with you. Oh, here you go. What is this DA's name? Prosecutor's name. Who is the district attorney on this case? The chief deputy district attorneys. What is their name? So it's either Mark D. Giacomo, Mark D. Giacomo, Benu Palau. Are they the only ones? Okay. What's his name? Giacomo. Mark. Hey, Mark. Hey, Mark Giacomo. I don't know how you pronounce your name. Let me try to put it in the Google Trend, the Google pronunciation. Giacomo. Giacomo. Giacomo, I think that is. Giacomo. They ain't even got no pronunciation for this one. What? Di Giacomo. Di Giacomo. Di Giacomo. Okay. Di Giacomo. If y'all was trying to want to know how it's spelled, that's how it's spelled. Di Giacomo. No, I spelled it wrong. Di Giacomo. Yeah, I spelled it wrong. Let's see. It's D G. Is that right? D G. Como. That's how you spell it. Giacomo is Italian. Duh to you. How many Italians you think I got in my family? You pasta eating punk? Duh. So, anyway, Mr. Dia Giacomo, or whatever your name is, sorry to be butchering it. Oh, yeah, that's definitely goddamn Italian because I see Mafia pop up. Oh, it's D. Di Giacomo. Di Giacomo. Di Giacomo. Okay. That's how you say it. I had to go to my Italian man. Di Giacomo. Okay? You say something again about Di Giacomo, you're going to get whacked. Okay? Don't get whacked. Okay? Di Giacomo. You understand? Paisan. Hey, Di Giacomo. Come here. The Moolie want to speak to you, man. Di Giacomo. The Moolie want to speak to you, man. So, Di Giacomo, you got to know, bro. That guy, Kaiser Soze, he's tricking you, bro. He's tricking you. Me got to talk over some pasta. Di Giacomo. You gotta come and have some pasta with me. We gotta sit down and talk like mobsters. Yeah, because the boy's no good. He's spinning you, man. He's a hassa. Di Giacomo. The boy Reggie Wong. He's a hassa. What's a hassa? That's a pig that don't fly straight, Frank. Reggie is a hassa. He's a pig that don't fly straight, Frank. So Di Giacomo. You gotta watch him, Di Giacomo. You gotta watch the Moolie. He's tricking you, man. He's tricking you. The boy a criminal. I tell you, Paisan. I tell you, I real as your mama's sauce. I would not lie to you. I'm real as your mama's sauce. Di Giacomo. I tell you, the Moolie. You gotta watch the Moolie. Okay? You're gonna put it's a Thanksgiving, you're gonna put the whole pig head up there. We're going to roast the whole pig for Thanksgiving this year. Giacomo. Keep it real as your mama's sauce. You know? She no prego. You know? She no ragu. You watch him. You watch him. He no good. I tell you. Y'all think that he's a cop. The boy a criminal. I show you. I take you to the boy paperwork. We about to have a paperwork party, Giacomo. You listen in from Vegas. You know what I mean? Your mama's sauce. Better than ragu, prego. Giacomo. You listen to me, my DA friend. Your boy no good. I teach you. I teach you. He talk about people being snitches. I show you the boy no good. All my niggas in Cali, in California, West Side. I tell you, y'all pay attention to joke, no joke. You watch that boy. He no good. I tell you, he no good, papi. We're going to have a paperwork party. He call people's names. He don't call me out my name. I don't play no games. We going to have a paperwork party tonight, baby. There you go. Okay. Giacomo, you see it. There we go. Giacomo. You see it. I tell you, ain't no good, Giacomo. I keep it real like your mama's sauce. You see it. You see it on the screen, right? So now, y'all, welcome to the paper party. Welcome to the paperwork party. Right? Now, we wouldn't even be here if this nigga ain't called me out my name. But let's look. In the United States District Court or the Western District of Tennessee, Western Division, filed under seal, y'all can pull it up. Okay? It's public record, right? The plaintiff versus who, y'all? Reginald Wright Jr., a.k.a. Reg, a.k.a. Unc. So all you bum first fans, y'all can start calling him Reg or Unc. He'll know who y'all talking about. His co-defendant, his daddy, Reginald Wright Sr., Montrell Ray Bernard, a.k.a. Big Ray, a.k.a. Ray, Donnell Townsend, a.k.a. Don, Tyrell Chance, a.k.a. Roll, a.k.a. T. the Roll, Fred McCaster Jr., a.k.a. Boo Dirty, a.k.a. Dirty, a.k.a. OG, John Shields, a.k.a. John, a.k.a. John Juan, O.B. Hilson, a.k.a. O.D., Clyde Wade III. Shout out to the Clyde Wade III. I'm a third. Ivory Triplet Jr., a.k.a. Woody, a.k.a. Woody Great. Jerry Sherrod McCaster, a.k.a. Sherrod. Raheem Jones, Damian Cox, Darren Beecham, Lucinda Sanders, a.k.a. Lucinda Settles, Tamika Jonah McCaster, a.k.a. Sean, Antonio Fisher, Brandon Casario, and Tanya Hosey, the defendants. The indictment, the grand jury charges. The Grape Street Crips is a national street gang that all originated in the Jordan's Townhousing Projects in the Watts area of Los Angeles, California. Shout out to everybody from Watts. That's Tyrese's home. All right. The Grape Street Crips and its members engage in a network of drug trafficking nationwide. The Peter Roll Mafia is a subset of the Grape Street Crips of California. Montrell Ray Bernard, Tyrell Chance, and Donnell Townsend are ranking members of the Peter Roll Mafia of the Grape Street Crips in California. Reginald Wright Jr. is a close associate of the Grape Street Crips. ADIGO, you paying attention? Papi. No, you ain't a papi, because that's the Puerto Ricans and the Spanish. Italians, the cabron. I don't know, all right? But I know you should pay attention to this. Because look at your guy. Look who he's associated with it. Which means he's probably a member. Probably. Y'all with me yet? So now, let me ask y'all. Is he a cop or a criminal? Well, let me get into it some more. Make sure y'all share this video to all those bum firsts that be believing this bum. Or if they don't like this bum first, then still send it to them because they might be very interested in seeing this, especially if they from Memphis or Watts. They may want to see where homeboy, how they got what they got and he got what he got. And or around 2013, the Memphis Peter Roll Mafia subset of the Grape Street Crip was first identified by law enforcement in or around the Bella Vista apartment complex in Memphis, Tennessee, in the Western District of Tennessee. The Memphis Peter Roll Mafia and its members engaged in drug trafficking in the Memphis area and the Western District of Tennessee. The leader of the Peter Roll Mafia is Fred McCaster Jr., known as the original gangster OG, directs the activities of the organization. John Shields, O.B. Hilson, Ivory Triplett Jr., Clyde Wade III, Raheem Jones, and Darren Beecham are members of the Memphis Peter Roll Mafia subset. Jerry McCaster and Damian McCox are all associates of the Memphis Peter Roll Mafia. Members of the, and then that's another thing. Let me explain to y'all that I talked about in another show, another time. You cannot say that the West Coast did not influence gang culture. Okay? These dudes are sets. That's California sets. But in Memphis, just like they got sets in Atlanta, New York, this, that, and other, that they may call themselves Rolling 60s. Except some of these kids that's probably in Memphis, that's part of these sets, probably never even been to Watts. Probably never even been to these dudes' projects. You know what I'm saying? But still adopted. That's how influential the gang culture became after the NWAs, the Boys in the Hoods, the Menace to Societies, and all that stuff. That really, really inspired a whole world of people to want to be cool because they thought that LA gang culture was cool. They want to be able to wear a bandana, a color, get a tattoo, a tear under the eye, a tatted tattoo. A tatted tear tattoo. Other gang related stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want to say the West Coast influenced gang culture as much as New York City influenced the world with hip hop. Los Angeles, even though it was gangs in Chicago and other places, but nobody had more of an influence and an impact on gangs around the world than Los Angeles. Period. Yeah, Colors, South Central, Boys in the Hood, Menace Society, all those movies all played the part. You know what I'm saying? And art became life. You know what I'm saying? And we saw the depiction of what was gang culture in these movies start playing out in our cities. You know what I'm saying? Like, we seen gang wars in our cities that was Bloods and Crips that came from what niggas seen in the movies. Or what they heard in West Coast music. Like, we really got to see Boys in the Hood in Atlanta, Boys in the Hood in New York, Boys in the Hood in St. Louis, Boys in the Hood in Memphis, Boys in, like, Menace to Society in all these places because they adopted this style. Just like you saw hip hop go to the West Coast, to the South, in all these different places all over the world. That's what gang culture, LA inspired gang culture. Which inspired a lot of death and guys going to jail. We had the crack era that white, black people out or colored people out. The crack era, the gang culture, and the fucking music. Help us destroy ourselves. Let's continue on. And that was a deep thought right there. So much stuff just ran through my head. I just felt like we was programmed to just take each other out. Number 5, members of the Peter Roll Mafia subset of the Great Street Crips, their co-conspirators and associates operating in Los Angeles and elsewhere in California were suppliers of marijuana and various pharmaceutical drugs to Memphis Peter Roll Mafia members, their co-conspirators and associates who distributed the drugs in the Memphis area and on the Western District of Tennessee. Drug trafficking, count 1. Beginning at a time unknown to the grand jury, but at least from in or about March 2013, and continuing until on about May 5th, 2017, in the Western District of Tennessee and elsewhere. The defendants, Reginald Wright Jr., a.k.a. Reg, a.k.a. Unc, Reginald Wright Sr., Montrell Ray Bernard, all the same names that I read before, right? Y'all can see the names. And Antonio Fisher did unlawfully, knowingly, and intentionally conspire, combine, confederate, and agree together and with other persons both known and unknown to the grand jury to unlawfully, knowingly, and intentionally possess with the intent to distribute and to distribute not less than 100 kilograms of a mixture and substance containing a detectable amount of marijuana. A Schedule 1 controlled substance classified by Title 21 United States Code, Section 812, in violation of Title 21 United States Code, Section 841. I got to watch this nigga weed. You see his weed? That should say 100 kilograms of a mixture and substance containing a detectable amount of marijuana. Nigga, what you cutting your weed with? Count 2. Beginning at a time unknown to the grand jury, but at least from in or about March 2013 and continuing until on or about May 5th, 2017, in the Western District of Tennessee and elsewhere, the defendants. Once again, y'all, Unc, yo, Unc, Reggie Reginald Wright Jr., Reginald Wright Sr., all the other people again. Then unlawfully, knowingly, and intentionally conspired, combined, confederated, and agreed together, and with other persons, both known and unknown, to the grand jury to unlawfully, knowingly, and intentionally possess, within the intent to distribute hydrocodone, a Schedule II controlled substance, as classified by Title 21 United States section of the United States. Remember, y'all, he just said he sold weed. Now y'all still believe him? Oh, okay. You bums, bum first. Okay, you bums. Y'all got it first, you bums. Okay. Y'all believed him. All right, beginning at the time of count 3. That was 2. This is 3. The first one was weed. The second one's hydrocodone, whatever the hell that is, right? Count 3, beginning at time unknown to the grand jury, but at least in about March 2013, and continue on to May 5th, 2017 in the Western District of Tennessee and elsewhere. The defendants, Reginald Wright Jr., a.k.a. Reg, a.k.a. Unc, Reginald Wright Sr., Montrell, these are the usual suspects. Did unlawfully, knowingly, and unintentionally conspire, combined, confederated, and agreed together, and with other persons, both known and unknown to the grand jury, to unlawfully, knowingly, and intentionally possess, with the intent to distribute oxycodone, Oxycontin, a Schedule II controlled substance as classified by Title 21 United States Code, Section 812, in violation of Title 21 United States Code, Section 841, all in violation of Title 21 United States. Count 4. Hold on, y'all. Is that still just weed? Is that still just weed? No, right? Okay. That's 3 different drugs right there, right? The weed, the hydro, the Oxycontin. Let's see what else they selling there. Count 4. Defendants being aided and embedded by others did unlawfully, knowingly, and intentionally possess the intent to distribute a mixture and substance containing a detectable amount of marijuana, controlled substance as classified by the boom, 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 boom. Count 5. Reginald Wright Jr. Hey, as y'all can see in count 4, it's just Reggie and Montrell, right? That tell you something about Reggie. That nigga kingpin, right? On the count 5, just Reggie and the OB, right? And this one is for more weed. Count 6, just Reggie and OB again, right? Look how many counts Reggie got opposed to everybody else, right? Again, more weed distribution. Count 7, Reggie and John Shields. Once again, another weed case. Distribution. Count 8, Reggie again with Lucinda. Weed. Right? Count 9, Reggie again. Money laundering. Conspiracy with his daddy. And everybody else. Did will unlawfully, knowingly, and intentionally conspire, combine, confederate, and agree with each other and other persons known and unknown to the United States Attorney to commit offenses against the United States in violation of Title 18, to knowingly conduct an attempt to conduct financial transactions affecting interstate and foreign commerce, which involve the proceeds of a specific unlawful activity that is drug trafficking and the violation of Title 21, United States, blah, 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 with the intent to promote the carrying on specified unlawful activity that is drug trafficking in violation of Title 21, knowing that the property involved in the financial transaction represented the proceeds of some form of unlawful activity in violation of Title 18, United States section. To knowingly conduct an attempt to conduct financial transactions affecting interstate and foreign commerce, which involve the proceeds of a specific unlawful activity that is drug trafficking, United States Code, blah, blah, blah. Knowing that the transactions were designed in whole or in part to conceal and disguise the nature, location, source, ownership, and controlling of the proceeds of specified unlawful activity, and that the property involved in the financial transactions represented the proceeds of some form of unlawful activity in violation of Title 18. Manner and means. The manner and means used to accomplish the objectives of the conspiracy includes, among others, of the following. It was part of the conspiracy that the defendants and their co-conspirators residing and operating in California agreed to send marijuana and hydrocodone, let me make sure I'm pronouncing that right. Hydrocodone. All right, I got it right. Now, what is hydrocodone used for? Hydrocodone is an antitussive, cough suppressant, and narcotic analgesic agent for the treatment of moderate to moderately severe pain. Studies indicated that hydrocodone is as effective or more effective than codeine for cough suppressive depression. Nigga, that's syrup. This nigga out here selling syrup, y'all. I guess y'all might have known what that was. I don't do drugs. Sorry. I didn't know what that was. I guess y'all do know. So that's syrup. Them niggas sipping on some scissor. Sipping on some scissor. Sipping on some scissor. That's why he send that shit to Memphis. That shit is syrup. Sipping on some scissor. That boy Reggie got that sizzling up on, had that sipping on the scissor. Oh man, my homie calling. I'm telling him to call me back. Hold on, let me put y'all on mute real quick. Okay, yeah, I'm back. All right. So 16, it was part of the conspiracy that the defendants and their co-conspirators residing or operating in California and agreed to send marijuana and hydrocodone and oxycodone pills to defendants and their co-conspirators residing or operating in Memphis, Tennessee, and on the Western District of Tennessee. It was part of the conspiracy that the defendants and their co-conspirators resided or operating in Memphis, Tennessee, and the Western District of Tennessee agreed to pay for the drugs by making cash deposits in bank accounts in the Memphis, Tennessee area. It was further part of the conspiracy that the defendants and their co-conspirators residing and operating in Memphis, Tennessee, and the Western District of Tennessee provided local addresses where the marijuana and the hydrocodone and the oxycodone pills were to be sent and or delivered. It was further part of the conspiracy that the defendants and their co-conspirators residing and operating in California utilized mainly the United States Postal Service to ship unlawfully packages containing the drugs to Memphis, Tennessee, and to the Western District of Tennessee. It was part of the conspiracy that the defendants and the co-conspirators resided or operating in the Memphis, Tennessee, and the Western District of Tennessee made cash deposits in Wells Fargo and Bank of America bank accounts, and the defendants and co-conspirators resided or operated in California withdrew the deposited money. It was further a part of the conspiracy that to promote the carrying on of illegal drug trafficking and to conceal the source, ownership, and control of the proceeds of illegal drug trafficking, defendants, their co-conspirators, and other persons, both known and unknown, engaged in a financial transaction using the following bank accounts. Y'all see these? Reginald Wright. Just keep looking. It was part of the conspiracy that the defendants Reginald Wright Sr., Reginald Wright Jr., Fred, and the rest of the crew and other co-conspirators and persons, both known and unknown to the United States Attorney, communicated with each other and would cause funds to be deposited into and withdrawn from above-mentioned bank accounts to both promote carrying on of illegal drug trafficking, to conceal the source, ownership, and control of the proceeds of illegal drug trafficking. At all times relevant herein, Wells Fargo's bank and Bank of America were and are financial institutions insured by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the FDIC. At all times relevant herein, cash deposits and withdrawals to or from the bank accounts listed in the table above were cleared at locations both inside the Western District of Tennessee and outside of the Western District of Tennessee, thus affecting interstate commerce. Financial transactions and acts in furtherance of the conspiracy. The following cash, check, and or online transfer deposit with withdrawals from Bank of America account style Reginald Wright were in furtherance of the conspiracy set forth above, and each involves the proceeds of specified unlawful activity, that is drug trafficking, in violation of Title 21. Look at all this money his father was getting, bro. 9/18, 1,600. 10/3, 6,400. The next day, 5,800. 3 days later, 6,400. These niggas was getting money. 10/28, 8,000. You see, they know better than sending over 10,000 because they think the feds can't track it. But as you can see, no matter what the fuck you send, when they watching your ass, they got you, nigga. 8,000 on the 28th. 3 days later, 4,500. Right? 12/20, 6,400. The next day, 5,800. 2 days later, 7,200. The next day, 9,725. Next month, 9,000 on the 9th, 8,000. 2 weeks later, 9,700. February 18th, 4,000. June 4th, 4,000. July 8th, 6,750. July 9th, 500. You see how they do? They send the money from Memphis. His daddy take it out. They send the money from Memphis. His daddy take it out. They put the money in Memphis. His daddy take it out. Put the money in from Memphis. His daddy take it out, little at a time. They send the money from Memphis. His daddy take it out. Send the money from Memphis. His daddy taking it out. Taking it out, right? He transferred some money to somebody. Look at all this money his daddy get. Look at this shit. Look at this. The following cash deposits and or withdrawals to or from Bank of America, styled by Reggie Wright and Helen Wright, were in furtherance of the conspiracy. Who is that, his mother? Oh my God. Set forth above, and each involves the proceeds of specified unlawful activity that is drug trafficking. Look at this, bro. This is the Bank of America. This ain't even the Wells Fargo. Look at this. They put 5,650. His father took 5,600 out. They dropped 3,200. His father took 3,000. They dropped 7,700. His father took 7,500. They dropped 8,700. He took the whole shit out. They dropped 6,550. His father took out the 6. They deposited 9,000, and then another 4,500, which made it 13,500. His father took the whole 13,500. They deposited 4,800. His father took half. One second. Okay. Two deposits from Memphis for 12,000. Now this is Matthew's account. Whoever company this is, Premier Landscaping. That's probably allegedly one of Reggie's companies, because I heard he had a landscaping company. There go that Wells Fargo account. Look at all this money. These niggas was getting bread, bro. I done counted 100,000 easy already. Look at all this money, man. Lord have mercy. Look, a check, $9,000 paid to Reginald Wright. MJK LLC. Wonder who company that is. Wells Fargo bank account style to Kalea Wright. I hope that ain't one of Reggie's kids, bro. Don't tell me this nigga's putting drug trafficking in his kids' accounts, bro. Please don't tell me that, man. Who's Kayla Wright? Look at all this money, y'all. These niggas was moving that work. Look, check payable to Reginald Wright. These niggas was getting money. Look at all this money. Count 10. Structuring conspiracy. The allegations contained in the counts 1 through 10 of this indictment are hereby realleged and incorporated by references. And think about the cash money that we ain't see. If they was doing all that transferring money, imagine the cash, bro. The allegations contained in counts 1 through 10 of this indictment are hereby realleged and incorporated by reference. At all times relevant to the indictment, Title 31, United States Section 5313A, and the regulations promulgated thereunder required that financial institutions file currency transactions reports of each deposit, withdrawal, exchange of currency, or other payment and transfer by, through, or to such financial institutions that involve a transaction in currency of more than $10,000. All right, I'm not going to read all this. God damn it. These are all still financial charges. Look at this money, bro. These niggas was getting money. Okay. Criminal what is that? Forfeiture. The allegations contained in counts 1 through 10 of this indictment are hereby realleged and incorporated by reference for the purpose of alleging forfeitures pursuant to Title 21. Reginald Wright Jr. Everybody on this one. From their engagement in any and all violations alleging counts 1 through 10 of this indictment punishable by imprisonment for more than 1 year, which counts are realleged and incorporated as if more fully set forth herein, shall forfeit the United States all of their interest in property constituting and derived from any proceeds the defendants obtained directly or indirectly as a result of such violations, and property used and intended to be used in any manner or part to commit and to facilitate the commission of such violations. Such property includes, but not limited to, the following: money judgment, at least $2 million, and U.S. funds representing the aggregate of the proceeds of the illegal drug trafficking, money laundering, and structuring conspiracies, the charge in counts 1 through 9, for which the defendants are jointly and severely liable. B, real estate property as follows: parcel of real property located at 6542 Via del Prado, Chino Hills. I don't know what these addresses are, so I'm not going to go through them. Any property described above as a result of any act or omission of the defendant's counts 1 through 10 cannot be located upon the exercise of due diligence, has been transferred or sold to or deposited with a third party, has been placed beyond the jurisdiction of the court, has been substantially diminished in value, has been commingled with other property which cannot be divided without difficulty. The United States of America shall be entitled to forfeiture of substitute property pursuant to Title 21. Wow, am I saying this word wrong? No, I'm saying it right. Forfeiture. What does that mean? The loss or giving up of something as a penalty for wrongdoing. Oh shit! So that's what they got to pay. Damn, there's more. Notice the penalties. Oh my God, y'all. Look at this shit here. Now, look at these counts. Now, you see how many counts Reggie was on? Look at the time you get for these counts. This nigga did fucking 9 months. Count 1, 5 years and NMT. I don't know what that means. 5 years and 40 years and 5 years and NMT 40 years imprisonment. NMT $5 million fine or both. NLT 4 years supervised release plus a mandatory special assessment of $100. And if after a prior conviction or for a felony drug offense, the NLT is 10 years and the MLT is life in imprisonment. And the MMT is the $8 million fine or both. NLT 8 years supervised release plus a mandatory special assessment of $100. I think this means that you facing 5 years to 40 years imprisonment with a $5 million fine for count 1. And if you got a felony, then your ass is facing 10 years with life imprisonment with an $8 million fine and 8 years supervised release. So Reggie was facing, with him not having a record before, so for the count 1, he was facing 5 to 40, right? Correct me if I'm wrong if you're in the chat. For counts 2 and 3, it was 20 years imprisonment with $1 million fine up to 3 years supervised release. And if you had a felony, it was 30 years for counts 2 and 3 imprisonment with a $2 million fine with 6 years supervised release. For counts 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, it was 5 years imprisonment with a $250,000 fine, 2 years supervised release, plus a mandatory special assessment of $100. And if you had a felony, it was 10 years imprisonment with a $500,000 fine and 4 years supervised release, plus a mandatory special assessment. On count 9, you was getting 20 years. On count 9, with $500,000 fine, 3 years supervised release, plus a mandatory. On count 10, you was getting 5 years imprisonment, $250,000 fine, with 3 years supervised release, right? That's that, right? Now, let's see Reggie's plea to all the ones he copped out to. Okay. So he got convicted on 4, 8, and 9. Right? Four, 8, and 9. And they dismissed 2, 3, and 10. He pled guilty to 1, 4, 8, and 9. 1, 4, 8, and 9. And I'm going to show y'all right here. And we're going to go back because I forgot already how much time those ones held. Right? Look. This is all real. You can look it up. They go to document numbers, everything. Right? United States versus Reg or Unc. I'm gonna start calling that nigga Unc. Right? Look, pleaded guilty to counts 1, 4, and 8, and 9. For his co-defendants that didn't know, for those in California that didn't know, y'all see it right here. Right? Conspiracy to possess is with the intent to distribute. And, right? Count 1. This is what he pled guilty to, y'all. 1, 4, 8, and 9. Right? The defendant is sentenced as provided in pages 2 through 8 of this judgment. The sentence is imposed pursuant to the Sentence Reform Act of 1984. Counts 2, 3, and 10. Let me write those down so we can see which ones they dismissed on him. Counts 2, 3, and 10. And he pled guilty, dismissed. And he guilty on 1, 4, 4 through 8. 4 through 8. Y'all see that, right? 4 through 8. And 9. So he pled guilty to 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Right? And let's see how much time those hold. And let's look at how much time he got. All right. So counts 2, 3, and 10 are dismissed on the motion of the United States. It is ordered that the defendant must notify the United States Attorney for this district within 30 days of any change of name, residence, or mailing address until all fines, restitution costs, and special assessments imposed by this judgment are fully paid. If ordered to pay restitution, the defendant must notify the court and the United States Attorney of material changes in economic circumstances. Additional counts of conviction. Nature of offense: possession with the intent to distribute and distribution of count 4 and 8, or 4 through 8. Marijuana aiding and abetting, and then conspiracy to commit money laundering. right? Imprisonment. The defendant is hereby committed to the custody of the Federal Bureau of Prisons to be imprisoned for a total term of 18 months on each count to run concurrent to each other. He got 18 months on each count? Let me see what concurrent mean again, for sure. Is that run them all together? Existing, happening, or done at the same time. Of 2 or more prison sentences to be served at the same time. Oh, so this nigga got 18 months for 1, 4, 8, and 9, and only had to do them all at the same time. They ran them all concurrent. So he really had 18 months times 4. Which was 72 months. Which would have been 6 years. But they ran them all concurrent. He was supposed to do 5, 6 years. This nigga did 9 months. This shit is crazy. He ain't no snitch. Ha! The court makes the following recommendations to the Bureau of Prisons. The defendant be placed at a facility in Southern California. The defendant be allowed to report after October 1st, 2019. The defendant shall surrender for service of sentence at the institution designed by the Bureau of Prisons, as noted by the United States Marshal. Supervised release. Upon release from imprisonment, you will be supervised release for a term of 2 years on each count to run concurrent to each other. I know the niggas that's locked up, that got locked up. This nigga's mad as hell. Mandatory conditions. You must not commit another federal, state, or local crime. You must not unlawfully possess a controlled substance. You must refrain from any unlawful use of a controlled substance. You must submit to 1 drug test within 15 days of release from imprisonment and at least 2 periodic drug tests thereafter as determined by the court. You must cooperate in the collection of DNA as directed by the probation officer. Standard conditions of supervision. You must report to the probation office. I ain't even getting into all that. That nigga got a whole bunch of shit on him. You must not communicate or interact with someone who is engaged in criminal activity. If you know someone who has been convicted of a felony, you must be knowingly communicate or interact with that person, first getting the permission of the probation officer. This thing was sitting there doing mob fucking gangster chronicles. What the fuck are they talking about? He should have been violated. He's sitting there with Mob James. Additional supervised release terms. The defendant shall participate in mental health counseling as directed by the probation officer. Yeah, he need that. The defendant shall participate in moral recognition therapy or another similar and approved cognitive. What does that word mean? Means relating to the mental process involved in knowing, learning, and understanding things. Hey Reggie, they got you in motherfucking your motherfucking ass ain't rap too tight, huh? Cognitive, 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 cognitive. Cognitive behavior therapy program as directed by the probation officer. Defendant shall submit person, property, house, resident, vehicle, papers, or office to a search conducted by United States probation officer. Failure to submit to such a search may be grounds for revocation of release. All right, we getting into all that. Criminal monetary penalties. Assessment $700. Schedule of payments. Okay. Now let's go back real quick. To the counts. What is this one? Let's see. What's this say? Oh, this is sentencing. We're gonna come back to this sentencing shit. See what he gave up. Oh yeah, I'm gonna enjoy reading this one. Yeah. Oh my God, I might have to read this right now. This shit is hilarious. Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh, nigga. Oh, I'm saving this one. Which one is that? It's sentencing. I'm gonna save that one. Let's just. I want to go through the counts. The sentencing guidelines for the counts. Let's go through that. Because let's see how this much time this nigga could have got and what he got and how the hell he get it. All right, here we go, y'all. Check this out. So he pled guilty to count one, right? Count one, it was 5 years to 40 years imprisonment with a $5 million fine, right? With 4 years supervised release, and this nigga only had 2 years, and he only did 18 months, they said, for each count. So he had 5 years to 40 years on this one, on count one. He got 18 months. Counts 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, he pled guilty to. This one is 5 years imprisonment and 2 years supervised release, right? With a $250,000 fine. He pled guilty to that. So count one was 5 years to 40 years. Count 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is 5 years. And count 9, he pled guilty to 20 years, bro. 20 years. He pled guilty to count 9, y'all. Y'all seen it with yourself. Y'all seen it with your own eyes. I showed it to you. 20 years. For that alone. And he pled guilty to it. $20 years. With this, 25 years. And with this, I wonder why they dropped these ones. That must be the hydrocodone and the oxycontin. He probably got that thrown off. I'm gonna go check. Counts 2 and 3. And then 5 years to 40 years. So he was really facing 25, 30. He was facing 20 to 70 years, bro. And this nigga did 9 months. Counts 2 and 3. Let's see what they was. Count 3. Is the oxycodone. So they took off the hydrocodone, the syrup, and the oxycontin. They took that off of him, and he got the weed and the money laundering. Because 4 to 8 is what? Counts 3. Yeah, counts 4. So he pled guilty to selling weed with Big Ray, which he allegedly had to tell, right? He took Big Ray, OD. He pled guilty to all this. OD, that he did business with these dudes, John Shields and Lucinda. He pled guilty to all that and money laundering with them. With his dad and Boo Dirty or OG. And with all of them. So he pled guilty doing money laundering with all of them. And then all these people individually. He pled guilty to push selling weed with them. So he's facing up to 70 years, and this nigga got 18 months for each ran concurrent. Ain't that a bitch? Let's see how much time all these other people got. There's so much to go through on this, man. I can't wait. Oh, I'm going to have a field day on this one. I'm going to have a field day on this one here. Oh, I'm going to have a field day on this one here. Now, y'all tell me, is he a cop or a criminal? Wait till we go to his sentencing. Wait till y'all read that. Oh, my God. Just the little stuff that I was glancing over. Oh, we're going to have a field day. We're going to have a field day. Oh, I hope. Well, I ain't got to hope because everything is in there. We're going to see what he told on. In black and white. Whether he gonna say, "Oh, that's fake. That paper was fake." Pull it up yourself. Pull it up yourself, y'all. You saw the docket numbers. Pull it up yourself. You ain't no cop, Jay Reed. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast. All my niggas on the West Coast that's loving this. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all back. Joke, no joke. I'll be back in the morning, man, at the walk, on the morning walk. Oh, Reggie. Woo! I hope that DA in Vegas is watching because they're going to find out who you really are. Shout out to the West Coast. This one goes out to you.
No palm tree, the trees in the palms of dealers and fiends. Late night roam the streets. Weed is weaker, but it's cheaper. Not many chicks frontin' like.
Yo, if you got love for me, all I ask is you subscribe, baby. Hit that like button, subscribe on your way out. Please, that's all I ask, man. Please. All right?
Divas out west, every chick's a model like Eva, and you know I'm far from believing her. So I'm G'ing her like she G'ing me. Banging in LA is a different thing. At the end, you either dead on the bang, getting out, doing better things. On Sunset, where they hang. Hollywood, where they hustle for change. Times Square here, it's the same. No matter where you go, you'll find a lane. On the west, they kick it with cane. On the east, trees the social thing. East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your glasses, take a toast. If you rap, East Coast. When I'm on the west and I'm doing my thing, don't offer me coke or your nose I bang. Friends don't offer other deadly things. Thanks for the hospitality, we'll still hang. I won't judge you, leave me as I came. On the road to success, top of the game. Eat all the finer things in the food chain. Teach my kids to do the same. Whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your glasses, take a toast. If you rap, East Coast. Gotta love life and offer wonderful things. Being to travel is a privileged thing. Came back to the East, air wasn't fresh. Streets filled with trash, various people in the ass. It's easy to tell who's upper middle class. Police and racism, same as crash. Back to where they not social, where they less vocal. When they don't know you, be careful, show you around the East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, East Coast, whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Pop your bottles and toss the cork. If you rap, West Coast, both Coast are known to give you fame. Got paparazzis playing cameras your way. Got you bobbing and weaving like Cassius Clay. Most thugs turn Muslim in older days. Change their name to Allah they pray. Probably till they decay. This go out to the east and west. For Big and Pac, y'all, let's connect. Rather East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap West Coast, whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. You can't get the West without the ES. So it's manifested that we connect. You know what it is. Choke, no joke. Learn from mistakes, baby. You know what it is. Greg on the track. Rest in peace, baby. Either war, we here now. You know what it is. Choke, no joke. You already know. Y'all know I love that cooch. You know what this is. I love that cooch. Yeah. It's the A thing. Clean cooch. Let's go. Yo, what's up? My nuts when I wake up. Got more than wood and I just bust one. In mahogany, I'm Ron Isley. Between the sheets, and she want to ski. And just shout with me with what I thought was pee. She rolled the D, her water broke B. Not pregnant, but baptized me. I'm down for more love, but change the sheet. She said, please, I want more. Next thing I know, mattress dripping the floor from her juices. Oral had me stoned, had a Corinne and Medusa in one. And when I look in her eyes, between her thighs, I tell you no lie, ain't shit won't buy. I rob and take it, for me to taste it. Red Lobster, pussy, biscuit, freshly baked. Eat that coochie all night. She sprayed my face like Suge Sprite. I love her. I eat her coochie all night. She sprayed my face like Suge Sprite. I love her. Up my nuts when I wake up. Got more than wood and I just bust one. In mahogany, I'm Ron Isley. Between the sheets, and she want to ski. And just shout with me with what I thought was pee. She rolled the D and her water broke B. Not pregnant, but baptized me. I'm down for more love, but change the sheet. She said, please, I want more. Next thing I know, mattress dripping the floor from her juices. Oral had me stoned, had a Corinne and Medusa in one. And when I look in her eyes, between her thighs, I tell you no lie, ain't shit won't buy. I rob and take it, for me to taste it. Red Lobster, pussy, biscuit, freshly baked. Eat that coochie all night. She sprayed my face like Suge Sprite. I love her.
Choke, no joke. I'm out. I'll see y'all in the AM, all right? Peace and love. All right. Thanks for all the love. I love y'all, man. See y'all in the morning.